One way to Tahiti. Ready to navigate across half the planet? Here we go. With our boat, we followed this route: France, Spain, Portugal, Canary Islands, Cabo Verde. We crossed the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean, Bonaire in the ABCs, Colombia, Panama, cut across the Pacific Ocean, the Galapagos, Polynesia with the Marquesas, the Tuamotus, and finally and surely Tahiti, where we settled for good. Our boat was called Moetere, a Tahitian name that we chose before our departure. It means dream travel. Moetere is a catamaran. She has 2 hulls. She's a Freddy 49 feet, designed by French naval architect Éric Larouche. Here, Moetere inside out. From the back, the boom, the bridge, the mainsail, the mast, cockpit, the helm, the kitchen, the chart table, the galley, the back starboard cabin, the machinery, the bathroom, the front starboard cabin, the stairs, the back port cabin, corridor, bathroom and the shower. We started our journey on July 29th, 2016, from Soubise port in France to northern Spain. Moetere is registered as a French vessel and has to show our French flag in the rear part of the catamaran. It took us 2 days to reach La Coruña in Spain. As soon as we were away from the shore, the dolphins appeared. We ate our last French oysters. Here is a happy and thrilled captain fulfilling his dream. We arrived on August 1st to La Coruña, Spain. At the harbor's entrance, the Roman Hercules lighthouse, the oldest working lighthouse in the world, greets the navigators. Here are some architectural buildings of this city. On the right side of the mast, you have to raise the courtesy flag of the country that hosts your vessel. And on the left side, you have to show the flag or flags of the nationality of the crew. In the last picture, we can make fresh tortellini on board. We navigated from La Coruña to Vigo, Spain. We stayed a few days in Vigo to fix the power generator. Here, some pictures of Vigo. On August 8th, we sailed to Cascais, Portugal, near Lisbon, the capital of Portugal. We changed our clock. Portugal has 1 hour less than the rest of the continent. Here is the beautiful town of Cascais. It is full summer, so many Portuguese people as well as tourists appreciate very much this authentic sea resort. We sailed from August 12 to August 16 towards the Canary Islands. We visited the 7 islands of the Spanish archipelago off the coast of northern Africa. First, Lanzarote, a volcanic black surrounding. Arrecife is the main city where the marina was. A modern marina, very well equipped, clean and trendy, with a French bakery and many attractive shops in front of the marina. We surely appreciated a French breakfast at the French bakery after declaring our arrival to the Canarian authorities. We went to the market to buy fresh products, rented a car to see the island, the house and architectural buildings designed by famous Lanzarotean architect César Manrique. Then Fuerteventura, famous for the beautiful pristine waters and white sandy beaches with lots of wind, paradise for windsurfers and kite surfers. Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, capital with Tenerife of the Canary Island, is, as the other islands, impressive for its sea resorts and its volcanic sites. We paid a visit to Christopher Columbus' house, where he stayed before crossing the Atlantic on his journey to the Americas in 1492. We reached then Tenerife and anchored in the main city Santa Cruz de Tenerife. Besides sharing the capital with Las Palmas de Gran Canarias, Tenerife is famous thanks to the highest peak in Spain, Teide. 3,715 meters, 12,188 feet. The Carnival in February, the concert hall designed by notorious Spanish architect Santiago Calatrava, looking like a sailing boat. La Gomera is a small island paradise for hikers and nature lovers. Angela Merkel comes each year for a holiday here. La Palma is a fantastic place for hiking as well, but also for sky watching at San Roque de los Muchachos. Big telescopes help astronomy research at 2,396 meters. At last but not least, the smallest of all, El Hierro, meaning the iron. Probably the wildest one, classified by the UNESCO as a World Biosphere Reserve. El Hierro follows the Gunter Pauli circular economy, working mainly on agriculture. On November 13th, we left Europe from El Hierro in the Canary Islands and navigated further south to the archipelago of Cabo Verde, off the shore of Senegal. This archipelago was uninhabited when the Portuguese discovered it in the 15th century. We reached the island of San Vicente on November 20th and harbor at the Marina Mindelo. We discovered this beautiful archipelago based on African and Portuguese ethnic groups and cultures. Cabo Verde became independent from the Portuguese in 1975. We bought fresh food and left on November 24th to Martinique in the Caribbean. At the beginning of our crossing, the winds were low and we had to use the engines. Some birds came to sleep on board for 88 hours and then disappeared as they came. Then the winds blew strongly and the wave reached at times 2 meters. We had to use the reefs to slow down the catamaran. We had all sorts of weather conditions: no wind, strong winds, high waves, storms, lightning, rainbows, rain, etc. We reached our destination on December 9th after 16 days of navigation, a total of 2,300 miles. We stayed in Martinique for a month as we were waiting for a parcel coming from France. French postmen were on strike. It took some time to receive our parcel. In the meantime, we visited Martinique and the neighboring island, St. Lucia. We toured afterwards some of the South Caribbean islands, Bequia, Tobago Cays, Cariaco, and Grenada. Each island has its singularities and everyone have welcomed us in friendly manners everywhere. On January 29th, we set off to Bonaire, one of the EBCs, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curaçao, at about 50 miles from Venezuela. We navigated towards this island to remain on European waters and avoid Venezuelan pirates. We arrived on February 1st to Bonaire, a beautiful and very friendly special municipality Dutch island. They speak Dutch, Papiamento, English, and some French. The place is renowned for snorkeling and scuba diving as the coral reef is well preserved. On February 6, we took off to Santa Marta, Colombia, passing by Aruba and leaving Curaçao behind. Navigation was good and the weather was quite hot. We stayed in northern Colombia for a week, time to visit around. We arrived in Santa Marta on February 8th, 2 days later. We went by bus to the famous city of Cartagena de las Indias, one of the largest ports in South America, well described in the renowned Colombian writer Gabriel Garcia Marquez's novels. The city's historical center here. On Wednesday, February 15, we left Santa Marta, Colombia, to Colón, Panama. We planned to navigate it early that day. Though our passports were not stamped nor delivered on time, we had to wait, and we could only start our journey late in the afternoon. The following day, we encountered 2 huge cargoes and the sun shined finally. During the night, Panama's lights were on sight. We navigated slowly and carefully among big and huge vessels. We reached Shelter Bay Marina mid-morning. Several times, we took the local bus to go to a big supermarket in Colón while papers and documents were getting ready, as well as the authorization to cross the Panama Canal. We also went by bus to visit Panama City preparing Carnival. A crocodile had decided to feel the road texture for a change and stood in the middle of the road. On February 27th, all was ready to go. Documents, professional crew on board, $2,500 paid, and tank full of petrol. We started off to the canal's entrance where we waited our turn to go. At 5:25 p.m. the captain calls. "We're moving, my love." We were boat pulled with the French monohull and passed 3 locks till we reached Lake Gatun, where we spent the night quietly. The following day, Mardi Gras, we waited for the pilot boat. It arrived at 9 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. and we passed the other 3 locks. We arrived on the Pacific side of the canal, said bye to our Panamanian crew, and stayed a couple of days in Balboa, time to get fresh food before our departure to the Galapagos Islands. On Thursday, March 2nd, at 9 a.m., we had to motor out. No wind at all. Rays were on site swimming around Moitere. On Friday, we did laundry. All is great, and there are no winds. On Monday, March 6th, we passed the equator at 1:20 p.m. Coincidence or not, our power generator was making lots of funny noises. A red light shone, and our VHF on starboard stopped as well. We encountered one cargo vessel. We fished a tuna fish. We were going slowly and slowly. Chi va piano va sano e va lontano, said the Italians. As we were approaching the Galapagos shores, we put down the sail to go clean the hulls. We arrived without winds at the Galapagos Islands, at the San Cristobal Island, at Puerto Barquerizo at 1:30 p.m. on March 9th. An agent came right away and collected all the documents to give them to an inspector. And yes, he came along with an armada of people. Never had so many people on board, all wearing uniforms. They sat comfortably and were served some coffee. We had to pay $1,500, and the chief inspector gave each of them their share in front of us, and then went on registering the entire vessel inside out. On Friday, March 17th, we were ready to cross the Pacific Ocean to go to the first archipelago of Polynesia, the Marquesas. No wind, but dolphins were playing around. A lovely dolphin fish caught just on time for lunch. Whales came to entertain us another day early in the morning. Then storms and rain and the wind came back. From that day, we had to watch for showers. Some could be dreadful. Infernal cross seas under grey skies brought some rain, and we navigated forward. We had to wait till Monday, March 27th, to see some blue skies and regular waves, though with some wind gusts at times. And the storms came back with heavy rains. And after the rain, the sun shone, and we could do the laundry once more. And this waltz in 3/4 times continued. Storm, rain, grey skies, sun and blue skies, all the way to our destination. When the wind stopped, we fished some sea breams or some tunas. As we arrived in Polynesia, a beautiful rainbow welcomed us. Kauha, Maeva. It was Wednesday, April 5th. And we anchored in the bay of Taiohae in Nukuhiva Island. It was 9:30 a.m. and boy, we were glad to have a quiet boat. And we slept and slept after, of course, showing our documentation to the authorities. Marquesas people are very welcoming and friendly. We met some other sailors on the pontoon and in the pubs on the bay. We then toured almost all the Marquesas Island, visited Gauguin's and Brel's favorite place. On Friday, May 19th, we went on and took off to the archipelago Tuamotu. First to this very small atoll called Ahe. A big cargo vessel comes to these islands every 15 days, bringing goods to the inhabitants of the islands. Then we navigated on Tuesday, May 23rd, to the atoll Apataki. Here they have a dry port. They pulled Moetere out of the waters and did all the cleaning and repair the boat was needing. On Wednesday, May 31st, we were back on waters and ready to continue our journey towards Tahiti. Another stop in Rangiroa, the largest and stunning atoll in Polynesia, renowned by all scuba divers of the world. On Tuesday, June 6th, we were ready for Tahiti. Gust of winds distracted us for a while. Trade winds were strong. We had to lower the sails and took reefs to slow down the speed of the boat. On Wednesday, we saw Tahiti's light shining but waited to arrive calmly in the morning. On Thursday, June 8th, with a huge rainbow greeting us, we arrived safe and sound in Tahiti. We moored at the Marina Taina in Punauia, Tahiti, happy to have reached our destination after 11,841 miles and 10 months. We've made it!